Saying the X-T5 is every Fuji user's most anticipated camera is not at all an overstatement. When the XS2 and 2S flagship duo launched, it drew more attention from non-Fuji users than existing users. Fuji fans was faithfully awaiting the X-T5. Good news is, the wait is over. The Fujifilm X-T5 is here, with a clear message: passion for photography. There is a must to test on the X-T5, as this is essentially sharing the same S-Trans CMOS 5 sensor and the X processor 5 from the S-2. Image quality and performance is the same. 40.2 megapixels, 15 frames per second mechanical shutter, continuous shooting, pixel shift multi-shot that combines 16 images into one 160 megapixel stills, 7 slot of IBIS, AI-based auto white balance and multi-subject detection focusings. Is this really a rehouse of the S-2? And who is this camera for? Let's discuss and find out. The design and the outlook of the X-T5 is not exactly an improvement from the X-T4, or should I probably say it's returned to its own root. It's more like an OG XT camera. First, it loses some weight and size compared to the X-T4. The X-T5 now more compact and slimmer, just like the X-T3. But you really have to compare them side by side to find out. It's a fineness of fine tunes, very hard to tell them from a glance. It have all the same port just move around, the micro HDMI, dual class slot, still and video mode selected under the dial, the list goes on. It's really just the X-T4 with two exceptions. One I can get behind, the other, well, Fuji on their own for that. In fact, let's just get that over with. The X-T5 no longer support for battery grade. In the better terms of the event, the flip screen has reverted to the style of X-T3, which does not fade out and rotate. This is probably the most controversial change. Some people prefer this design over some others. As we all know, the X-T100 used to have the perfect answer. So does the recent Sony a7R5. I was hoping Fuji bring back the X-T100 flip screen design someday in future. But I'm digressed, back to the X-T5. This camera was designed with photography in mind, so the flip screen is in my favorite. I have no problem with it. I always have loved the single action flip up instead of the two movement to do so. Let me know in the comment what you think about it. With all the dials and familiar button layouts of the XT series, it's perfect for working photographers. I tested this backstage at Malaysia TEDx. Here are some sample shots I took with it. Although the X-T5 is clearly not marketed as a hybrid or video camera, it's still packed with some impressive video features. 6.2K, DCI 4K HQ, 4K 60p, Full HD up to 240p. Some will come with a side crop and some don't. I just make a list to make it simpler for all of us. Of course, it's all come in 10-bit 422 and f-log2. The major difference will be the lack of internal ProRes, which this camera doesn't really need. That and also because it does not support CF Express Type B card. And as we speak, right now I'm being shot by an X-T5 in DCI 4K HQ f-log2, just to give you a taste of how it looks. Rolling shutter performance, you can refer to my SS2 review, not exactly excellent of course. One extra piece of news before I make my conclusion of the X-T5 is a new 30mm f2.8 macro lens that has been announced alongside with the X-T5. This is the third macro lens of Fuji X system, and it's macro with a standard field of view. The other two lenses are 60mm and 80mm. Both are telephoto, so this lens does give a unique look when shooting the subject up close. All the cutaway in this video were captured on this new 30mm. Image quality is superb. If you are interested in this lens and want to know more about it, head over to Jayz channel. He had a dedicated video and a slight more in-depth look on this new 30mm f2.8 macro. Here's some of my open thought about the Fuji X lineup. The X-H1 was announced back in early 2018. It was said to be the flagship of X series, aiming to be the best hybrid Fuji has to offer. That was true, but not for very long. September that same year, the X-T3 was born with a newer processor and sensor, and even stronger video feature in an ST style body. That's left the XH1 with IBIS as the only remaining advantage. Jump ahead 2020. With the X-T4, it got a free screen and an IBIS too, making the flagship XH1 no longer flagship-like, and it was completely outspec at that point. Fuji did not follow up with any XH model during that period, indirectly crowning the X-T4 as the Fuji best hybrid. It sat comfy for years until the flagship duo finally making a comeback. The XH2S that's shooting me and the XH2. With that, the X-T5 can finally go back to doing what it do the best, focusing on still photography. With all the dials, button layout, focus mode button, clicking down, familiar operation, these all are benefit for Fuji lovers who mainly focus on photography. With the triple dial muscle memory, this new sensor and processor combo plus competitive pricing made this the greatest XT body yet. Just about 2 years ago when I was reviewing the SS10, I was expressing my concern for the future of Fujifilm APS-C lineup. Along the way, we see the new L1 lenses trickle in, as well as the SS2s cementing Fuji's position as a serious hybrid filmmaker force to be reckoned with. Now with the new X-T5, it stretches the option available for photographers to enter the Fuji family. I think my initial worry about the system was unnecessary. Fuji have been doing a great job for evolving and adapting. Let's see what they can surprise us in the future. That's all for this video. Comment and like and subscribe is the biggest support I can ask for. I'm Jayz. See you in the next video. I still love the X-T3 and 4, or should I on them all?